Very good morning, one and all. Respected Chairman Manoj KP, respected syndicate member Jayarajan sir, respected Dean faculty Usha ma'am, respected guides Manoj KP sir, Razina, Dr. Jayarajan David, dear teachers and dear friends. നമ്മളിവിടെ ഒന്നിച്ചു ചേർന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കൂട്ടത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ സഹപ്രവർത്തകരായിട്ട് ഏറെ നാൾ നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന അനിലിൻ്റെയും ഷെറിൻ ടീച്ചറിൻ്റെയും ഓപ്പൺ ഡിഫെൻസിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ്. ഇത് ഏറെ സന്തോഷമുള്ള കാര്യമാണ്. നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട രണ്ടുപേരുടെ ഓപ്പൺ ഡിഫെൻസ് ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷന് ഓർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെ. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കർത്തവ്യത്തിലോട്ട് കടക്കട്ടെ. മനോജ് കെ പി സർ നമുക്ക് ഏവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്ന നമ്മുടെ തന്നെ ഒരു സുഹൃത്താണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഒരു ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. കാരണം എന്ത് റിസർച്ചുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് എന്ത് സംശയം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് അപ്രോച്ചബിളായിട്ടുള്ള മനോജ് കെ പി സർ. നൗ ഹീ ഈസ് അറ്റ് കണ്ണൂർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ആസ് എ ഡയറക്ടർ ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ. സാറാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ രണ്ട് അധ്യാപകരുടെയും ഓപ്പൺ ഡിഫെൻസിന് ഇവിടെ എക്സാമിനറായിട്ട് എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ്റെ പേരിലും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെ പേരിലും മനോജ് കെ പി സാറിനെ ഹാർദമായി സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലോട്ട് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഡീൻ ഫാക്കൽറ്റി ഡോക്ടർ ഉഷ മാം, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സ്നേഹനിധിയായ ഗുരുനാഥ കൂടിയായ ഉഷ മാഡം വളരെ ഷോർട്ട് ടൈമിലേക്ക് നമ്മുടെ കേരള യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിൽ നിന്ന് പോയെങ്കിലും ഇപ്പോഴും നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാം ഡീൻ ഫാക്കൽറ്റിയാണ്. ഏറെ സന്തോഷം കുറച്ച് നാളുകൾ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഉഷ മാഡം നമ്മുടെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിൽ എത്തി എന്നുള്ളതും നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ സാധിച്ചു എന്നുള്ളതും വളരെയേറെ സന്തോഷത്തോടു കൂടി പറയാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. ഏറെ സ്നേഹത്തോടു കൂടിയും സന്തോഷത്തോടു കൂടിയും ഞാൻ ഉഷ മാഡത്തിനെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏവർക്കും വേണ്ടി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഡോക്ടർ മനോജ് കെ പി, മനോജ് ടി ഐ, അദ്ദേഹം നമ്മുടെ ജ്യേഷ്ഠ സഹോദരനെ പോലെ എന്ത് റിസർച്ചിൻ്റെ ആയിട്ടുള്ള എന്ത് ആവശ്യങ്ങൾക്കും ആരുടെ പരിചയമൊന്നും വേണ്ട, എന്ത് കാര്യത്തിനും നമുക്ക് അപ്രോച്ചബിളായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് റിസർച്ചിൻ്റെ ഏരിയയിൽ ഇത്രയേറെ പ്രാവീണ്യമുള്ള ഒരു എന്ത് സംശയങ്ങളും നമുക്ക് ദൂരീകരിക്കാൻ ഏത് സമയത്ത് ഓടിയെത്താവുന്ന ഒരു ജ്യേഷ്ഠ സഹോദരൻ കൂടിയാണെന്ന് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഫീൽഡിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ പോലുള്ള ഒരു എമിനൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സ്കോളർ, റിസർച്ചിൽ അഗ്രഗണ്യനായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വ്യക്തി നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ സഹോദരനായിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഫ്രട്ടേണിറ്റിയുടെ ഒരു അംഗമായിട്ട് കിട്ടുക എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെ വളരെയേറെ സന്തോഷവും അനുഗ്രഹീതവുമാണെന്ന് ഞാൻ പറയാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെയും ഡോക്ടർ റസീന അനിലിൻ്റെ ഗൈഡായിട്ട് ഈ അവസാന കാലഘട്ടങ്ങളിൽ ഏറെ സഹായിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ റസീനയെയും രണ്ടുപേരെയും ഏറെ സന്തോഷത്തോടും സ്നേഹത്തോടു കൂടി ഹാർദമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ ഏവരുടെയും പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സിൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് മെമ്പറായിട്ടുള്ള ജയരാജൻ സർ, സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഞാൻ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ചാർജ് എടുത്തതിന് ശേഷം നമ്മുടെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധമുള്ള എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കും ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇൻഫോർമേഷൻ പാസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട വ്യക്തി എന്നുള്ള നിലയിൽ ഒരു ലിങ്ക് തന്നെ ജയരാജ് സാറും അരുൺ സാറും ഈവൻ ബാലചന്ദ്ര സാറുമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഉണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ എന്ത് ആവശ്യങ്ങളും എന്ത് കാര്യങ്ങളും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വേണ്ട എല്ലാ റെസ്പോൺസും ഹയർ അതോറിറ്റീസിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്നതിനും അവരുടെ സപ്പോർട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നതിനും വേണ്ടി ഏറെ സഹായിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹം. അത് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഞാൻ പറയാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെയും ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിലായിട്ട് ഹാർദമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ജയരാജ് സർ. അദ്ദേഹം ആർക്കും ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിനെ ഏറെക്കാലം വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ നയിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ എൻ്റെ വ്യക്തിപരമായ പേരിലും ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് പേരിലും സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇനി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് നിങ്ങൾ ഓരോരുത്തരെയുമാണ്. നമുക്ക് അറിയാം, നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ഒരു കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങളെപ്പോലെ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൽ വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് സഹകരിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വേറെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റികളിൽ നിന്ന് വന്നിട്ടുള്ള തന്നെ ഫിസിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഫ്രട്ടേണിറ്റി ഇവിടെ ഫാക്കൽറ്റി മെമ്പേഴ്സ് ഇവിടെയുണ്ട്. ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ പേരിലും എൻ്റെ സ്വന്തം പേരിലും നിങ്ങൾ ഓരോരുത്തരെയും ഈ അക്കാഡമിക് സെഷനിലോട്ട് ഹാർദമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇനി അനിലും ഷെറിനും രണ്ടുപേരെയും പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ഓപ്പൺ ഡിഫെൻസിൻ്റെ ഈ വൈവ വോസി കഴിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ കൂട്ടത്തിലുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ അനിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡോക്ടർ ഷെറിൻ ആയി മാറാനായിട്ട് തയ്യാറെടുക്കുന്ന രണ്ടുപേരും അവരുടെ റിസർച്ചിൽ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു അത്രയേറെ ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്ത് വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ടുള്ള അക്കാഡമിക് എൻഡോഴ്സ്മെൻറ്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു പ്രസൻറ്റേഷൻ ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. രണ്ടുപേരെയും ഓൾ ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് വിഷസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. ഒപ്പം നിങ്ങളെ രണ്ടുപേരെയും ഈ സെക്ഷനിലോട്ട് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി.
Good morning, all of you.
And my dear friend and now the official guide of Anil Sina, KA, respected the syndicate member Sri Jayakumar, former director Dr. Sina, that almost during up to the almost the pre-submission level. Later Dr. Sina is completed his work. I am ready. He is actually done schooling from KV, born in 1974, and done schooling in Kendra Vidyalaya Pattam, and done the BP degree from LNCP Thiruvananthapuram in 95-98, and MB from LNCP Thiruvananthapuram in 99 to 2000. Later he is worked in Cochin KV Pattam as a coach. Then he is joined as a lecturer in Government Engineering College Kozhikode as a head of the department from 2007 to 2010. He then later transferred to the Engineering College at Thiruvananthapuram and head of the Department of Physical Education from 2010 to 2017. Later he transferred to Government Engineering College Barton Hill as a head of the Department of Physical Education from 2017 to 2020. He joined as a officer in charge at Thiruvananthapuram. In between, during the COVID period, he was in charge of Thiruvananthapuram International Airport as a COVID protocol officer, and then he joined back as a principal in charge of the Government College Physical Education. Now he is now a principal in charge of the Government Arts and Science College Balushiri, Kozhikode. He is as a sportsman. He is represented HGFI school level from 1989, and he got on various achievements in athletics, especially in 100 and 200 meters. And senior level in state athletics also, and held a medalist in powerlifting in Kerala University. He also technical official in national level in athletics, and he is a chief for false start detectors. He was closely associating with the TSR of athletics system, and he is mainly most of the nationals held in Kerala. He was doing the mainly chief of the false start detecting system, and he got a preventive award from Customs Department. Actually, he's done a very beautiful work. Actually, he's kindly did different work. It's the influence of circadian rhythm on physical performance of track and field athletes in Kerala. This is one of the first kind in Kerala athletes. Definitely, this work will contribute to our academic community. I am pretty sure that it will be a contributory work. I am in. Okay, thank you very much. I am inviting the Dean of Faculty for address. Thank you.
Most respected, the chairperson for Dr. Manoj KP, Dr. Manoj TI, Dr. Razina, Dr. Razia, and our syndicate, who's the most, I think, the most powerful person here, Dr. Jairaj, Dr. Jairanjan David, and today, two of the persons who are going to get their doctorate, Mr. ANIL Kumar and Sharon, and all my dear teachers. I'd say you are my children because most of you are my children. It's nice to see you all. And I'd like to, at the outset, thank the chairperson for having accepted the invitation and to be with us for both of this. And very fortunate also to see Manoj TI, an eminent research expert in the field, who's actually required. So I need to thank their valuable presence. But I think this particular session where we are going to have an open defense of Anil Kumar very soon, Dr. Anil and Ms. Sharon, very important topic. So I think that's going to be very informative. And we wish that in the near future we'll have more of the scholars, guides, all joining physically for this. So wishing you all the very best, Mr. Anil and Mr. Sharon. Thank you.
Now I invite Chairman Dr. Manoj KP to take the charge.
First of all, I would like to ask everyone to put off your mobile to silent mode. Kindly put your mobile on silent mode. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished academicians on the dais, scholars, Sri Anil Kumar, Srimati Sharin. I'm not mincing words. I wish both the scholars the very best. So they present their study in a very nice manner, and in fact they will be defending questions or attending to queries put forth by the audience, as well as the panel which are there as adjudicators and in the committee. I'm not mincing words. I just invite Sri Anil Kumar to give the presentation. No problem. We will see to you. Okay, I welcome once again Sri Anil Kumar.
Good morning, all. Respected my teachers, the dignitaries on the chair, my seniors, Dr. Jairaj, this Jairaj, both the Jairaj, the guests means the teachers in the field of physical education, coaches in the field of physical education, and all when the athlete should give all this concern with biological clock, age of this my research. So that comes to the introduction part. See, this is the very important aspects of the study also. With this knowledge only we can go for the further one. Excelling in performance of his or her, the present limitation of performance, all are essential for future of achieving excellence in sports, especially in the elite sports. Athlete must constantly strive to attain peak level of performance to reach and subsequently stay at the top. In field sports, at present, the player move faster, anticipated. That's okay, fine. Yeah. Influence of circadian rhythm on physical performance of track and field athletes in Kerala, having 3 years of competition experience, was the first objective. The second one is to find out the significance of body temperature and physical performance of gender. Okay, to find out the significance of an intermediate type. That will come in the tools you can see. Now, to find out the significance of body temperature, long horizontal, jump vertical, and throw distance. It's been classified. Okay. And to find the relationship between whether the influence of influence of circadian rhythm type on the physical performance. That is the next one. Additional to this, to find out the circadian rhythm type of the athlete. These are the 3 + 2 5 objectives have been kept for this study. This is a statement and in the state of Kerala. And the measurement of the circadian rhythm was delimited to morningness, eveningness questionnaire. That is, this questionnaire was developed by Hans and Osenberg in the year 1976, and which is worldwide it is accepted. Whether you to find what type, whether you belong to morning type, whether you belong to evening type, or whether you belong to intermediate type. It is an online question also. If you type in www morningness, eveningness questionnaires, you will directly get. And what time your melatonin secretion start, what time you have to go to bed, that and all depend upon this question. This question is worldwide is accepted. And the next one is the measurement of body temperature using inexpensive digital thermometer, right table. Okay. And the study also delimited to 60 males and 60 female athletes participating in the state level competition during the year 2015. Now, the study further delimited to 10 male and the second one, the difference in training and coaching pattern, coaching style, schedule time of training, competitions, influence of performance of athlete recognized as another limitation of the study. Difference in core body temperature, glucose uptake, neurotransmitter function, heart rate, circulation hormone, variation in melatonin secretion, preferred time for sleeping, sleep-wake cycle, physical activity are considered as limitation. Then influence of age, gender, biological, geographical location, latitude distribution, habitual behavior, including social and eating habit, type of population, lifestyle, culture difference are also considered as limitation. Now, next one is the lack of control over the meteorological conditions, such as wind speed, direction, influence of performance, and also the major problem concern evidence from the field-based studies considered as the limitation. Now, and the next one, the influence of circummenstrual rhythm, variation in body temperature attribute among the female athletes considered as the limitation. Now, the use of oral contraceptive drugs prior to the scheduled date of competition to abolish the menstrual cycle considered as the limitation. Then, the unavailability of sophisticated equipments to measure the subject's circadian rhythm is also considered as the limitation. Then the insufficient ground facility for coaching field events is also considered as the limitation of the study. And appropriateness in scheduling the track and field event is also considered as a limitation of the study. It comes to the hypothesis. The first hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in body temperature and physical performance between the gender. The second one, there would be a significant difference in body temperature and physical performance among the circadian rhythm type. Now the third one, there would be a significant difference in body temperature and physical performance among the track and field at events. And the fourth one, there would be a relationship between circadian rhythm type and the performance. Okay. Now come next to the definition and all. We'll go.
Slide.
Next we go to the significance of the study. Significance of the study. The study is expected to put more clarity into the relevance of the circadian rhythm type in planning, administrating, training schedule of the competition in order to bring a best from the players. Next, second, to determine the appropriate training schedule, better exposure to circadian rhythm type will helpful the athlete, sports person, sports practitioner, dietitian, sports injury specialist, and the physical educator. Next, the study will support the scientific concern with experimental work on fitness testing program and sports organizer concerned with travel plan of their athletes to participate in various competitions within the country, around the world under different time zone. Next, the classification of athlete based on the chronotype as morning, evening, and intermediate time will helpful in choosing an appropriate time for training. Considering the different factors like physical, physiological, biomechanical, psychological aspect, player can choose the early morning, late afternoon, early evening, late evening, or benefiting most of the out of practice. Now, another significant is the importance of body temperature in preparing the training schedule is investigated in the study. Next, the sports organizer can plan and prepare the competition schedule, order of event, based on the time at which the peak performance component is maximum. Next, study also signify the importance of gender difference in preparing the training and competition program. Next, the study also signify that to encourage the future researchers interest in learning more about circadian rhythm and the athletic performance. This is a significant. Now come the review of literature. Review of literature I have taken from mostly from the international studies only. One or two only from this one. Now come the materials and method. First, the selection of the sample. The population of the study was state level athletes who participated in the 59th Kerala State Athletic Championship 2005 that was held in the Chandrasekhara Stadium. The athletic having more than 3 years of experience in the competition were selected for this study. The second, representation that these athletes were representing from 14 districts of Kerala and the age between 17 and 25 with a mean age of 22.59 plus or minus 0.9. The sample for the study was selected randomly from the population. About 120 athletes, number is equal to 60 male and 60 female from the championship who participate in the different track and field event include sprint, middle distance, long distance, jump vertical, jump horizontal, and throw distance. Sample for the study. This is a sample for the study. Gender, male and female is equal to 60 each. Even, sprint 620, middle distance 20, long distance 20, jump vertical 20, jump horizontal 20, throw distance 20. Altogether comes around total n is equal to 120. Now variable for the study. The first variable for the study was body temperature. First variable. The second is the performance of athletic event. Third one is circadian rhythm type. And in circadian rhythm type, we classified as definitely morning type, definitely moderate morning type, definitely evening type, moderate evening type, and the intermediate type. Now variable, one more variable is there, even. Even will be classified as sprint, then middle distance, long distance, jump vertical, jump horizontal, and throw distance. This is the variable for the study. Among the athletes using morning and evening, MUQ was developed by Haas and Osenberg. And it is important for physical and mental activities to self-report preferred one. And this question contained 19 questions in the liquid response, and 4 choice of answer were given, which include definitely morning, that is DMT, moderate morning MMT, moderate evening, definitely evening, and intermediate type. And the choice of the each are equally and systematically place each other. In few questions, time scale is also used. The scale is clearly divided into the period of 15 minutes over of 7 hours of range. Now, the order of the choice from morningness to eveningness within the each answer is balanced the whole questionnaire in order to avoid any fix and response pattern. The importance is given to the phraseology, clarity, shortness, questions, as well as to avoid the embarrassing question that may give a false answer. The questions are also given in the loading factor based upon the puppeteer powers of the discrimination of morningness, eveningness to determine from the item analysis. For simplicity, scoring of these loading factors are around into and whole numbers. The scoring of the question is from 3 to 16 and 19. The question that is scoring for question from 3 to 16, 19, where the appropriate score for each response is displayed beside the answer box. Question 1 to 10, 1, 2, 10, 18, the cross made along with each scale is referred as an appropriate score for the range below the scale. For question number 17, the most extreme cross on the right hand, which is in the right hand side of that, is taken as a reference point, and the appropriate score range value below the point is taken. The score is being added together, the sum is converted into the 5-point scale. The score comes, the range comes from 16 to 86 is the scoring range. And if you belong to definitely morning time, DMT means definitely morning time, whose score lies between 70 and 86. And whose score comes between the frequency of 16 and 13 is called DET, that is definitely evening time. And those individuals whose score come from 59 to 69, that is MMT, is called moderate morning type. Then 31 to 41 is the moderate MET, that is moderate evening type. And the last one is called 42, between the range, frequency range between 42 and 58 is IT, that is called intermediate type. This is a questionnaire. Then next comes the International Amateur Scoring Table. No, it's open. Okay, fine. This is a performance card. This card which has been developed by the scholar itself. This administration of the questionnaire. So, before collecting the on-site data, the participants were informed both verbally and in written about the purpose of the study, the test to be undertaken, the risk and the benefit, along with the risk and the benefit. Subjects were also informed about their freedom to withdraw from the providing data at any point of time by returning the consent form. In order to determine the chronotype of the participant, chronotype means whether belong to the morning evening type, the Haas and Osenberg evening questionnaire was a HQ MEQ, that is morning Haas and Osenberg morning eveningness questionnaires were handed over to fill within the span of 15 minutes. The research administered the particular questionnaire and manual for using the digital thermometer in a group setting prior to the subject scheduled time of competition. During the time of completion of the questionnaire, the scholar requested to come up with any doubt to clarify, and immediately after the completion, the subject were instructed to seal the questionnaire in an envelope using the cellotape provided. To record the body temperature using digital thermometer, all the subjects were instructed to present physically 10 minutes before the competition venue. As and when the subject were positioned in the competition, the collected and demonstrated the method for the body temperature measurement. Prior to test of the subject were provided with medical anticipation lotion, cotton for providing wiping the sweat on, and the thermometer, the digital thermometer was kept on the central axillary region, that is on the armpit, central axillary region. The cotton used for after the use of the cotton, it was been kept in the dustbin near to the competition venue. The initial temperature was set as 0 before the device on high on the car means central axillary region.
Move to the next slide.
Okay, fine. Was operated by IBM, ANOVA, MANOVA, regression analysis, and the Pearson product movement correlation were used the level of significance, and the level of significance was set as 0.5 level, 0.5 level. Wherever the F value was found significant, LSD post-hoc test was conducted in order to know significant difference between the group. For creating the graphical figures, Microsoft Excel 2007 application software was used. The data analysis and result of the study. The statistical analysis and collected data, influence of circadian rhythm and on physical performance.
Move on to the next slide.
Next section. Okay. Detail. This is the detail of participant. based on the independent variable present from the 4.1, that is chapter 4, it is starting. The independent variable is the circadian rhythm type. Dependent variable is definitely morning type, that is 23 numbers. Moderate morning it comes 4, definitely evening 43, moderate evening 50, and intermediate type is the 0. Total 120. Okay. This one about 60%, that is 50% of male and 50% of female athletics is there. Considering the circadian rhythm type, definitely morning it's around 32.09%. Definitely that is 32.09. Definitely morning type, that is 5.58. Moderate morning it is 43, that is 60%, and definitely evening 50, that comes around 69.79%, 76%, and moderate evening type there is a subject is 0, is in the intermediate type. Athletic event 20 each were taken for sprint, middle distance, long distance, jump vertical, jump horizontal, and throw
This you
distance
have
in the study.
mentioned twice already. Move on to the next previous slide. Right. Yes.
Now coming to the descriptive statistics of the body temperature on gender, male comes around 96.90, it's also from 0.94, 1.0, and 1.00. The next one. Come the descriptive of on performance. The first one is, and this one comes around the performance means also around 572 in the male, female also 641, and total comes around 606, and the highest score in this was 1400, and we show that the male obtained the mean score of 40.88 and female go on for 45.80, which a higher score indicate the higher level of performance. Now comes to the ANOVA type. In ANOVA type, this one male, the result of ANOVA shows that the independent variable on gender shows no statistical significant difference if the body temperature is F is equal to 3.02 and which is P is greater than 0.5. But it is very clear there is a significant difference in performance. F is equal to 9.87 and P value is below 0.5. Since the F value of performance is found significant, we go for the post-or text for the gender on performance that represents the next table. This is the pairwise comparison. Okay. The pairwise comparison on the gender and body temperature shows there is no significant difference. That is, mean difference is equal to 82.229 between the same. The pairwise comparison gender on performance also show that there is a significant difference in the mean score between male and female show higher mean value than male. This is the graphical representation. Male and female in percentage, where the female show the highest percentage than the male. Now coming to the performance aspect, gender also, the performance level of the females also having slightly above than the male with regard to the temperature. Now let's come to the next component, that is the circadian rhythm type. Now circadian rhythm type, definitely morning the mean score is equal to 97.31, moderate morning is equal to 96.20, definitely evening 97.2, moderate evening also 96, intermediate time is 0.
Move on to ANOVA.
ANOVA, shall go for ANOVA, sir. See, the ANOVA result of the ANOVA also says circadian rhythm is statistically significant with the body temperature, where the F value is 4.04, P is less than 0.5 at the set point, and is not statistically significant with the performance. F value is 3.54 and P is greater than 0.5. Since the F values of the temperature is found significant, the post-hoc text of the circadian rhythm body temperature is present in the next table. That is a pairwise comparison. Pairwise comparison also saw that definitely morning has a significant with moderate morning and moderate evening type. Moderate morning type has a significant difference with definitely evening type, and definitely evening type, definitely evening has a significant difference with moderate evening time. But we didn't have this one as far as the performance is concerned. We didn't have the difference of this one. That's we directly go for only for the temperature we has gone. That is a pairwise comparison. It's in a descriptive form. This is a graphical representation. The graphical representation of definitely morning. Definitely morning has a. Okay. Shall we go for ANOVA, sir? Directly go for ANOVA. Okay. See, ANOVA of the body temperature and performance athletics show that body temperature in even is statistically significant with the body temperature. Result release that. That is F value is equal to 4.97, P is less than 0.5, and the performance of F is equal to 3.27. The P is also value is very lesser than 0.5. Since the F value of the body temperature and performance found significant, the post-hoc test of the body temperature and performance in athletic event present in the next table. Here also, with regard to the body temperature, sprint with the middle distance, sprint with long distance, and in case of middle distance, it is significantly different with having a significant difference with jump horizontal. As far as the case of long jump is concerned, long jump has a significant, and it doesn't have any horizontal with the throw distance. Is the pairwise comparison as far as the component performance is concerned. This is the abstract version. The graphical representation of the mean score of the athletics. Now this is the performance level, which show that jump vertical has the highest compared to the another table. The MANOVA show that independent variable gender, circadian rhythm type, and even with independent variable body temperature and performance. Significant difference is overall result of gender on total participants. F value is 1.12 and the P is less than 0.005 lambdas. Results also show that the effect size is at n square is equal to 0.006 is in the medium size. But in case of circadian rhythm type, and the P value is 0.69 and n square is 0.29, it is not significant and the performance. And the coefficient also is, you can have the coefficient dependent variable in the performance, significant difference. Now this is the scattered plot of dependent variable of the performance. Now Pearson production, after that we gone from the Pearson production product correlation, we are gone. The matrix also show that no correlation between even and gender, but there is a negative correlation between the circadian rhythm type, gender, even and circadian rhythm type, performance and gender type, and performance and even. At the same time, the correlation at 0.5 level found between the performance and CR type is equal to 0.246 only. And Cohen suggests that D is equal to 0.2 to consider the smallest effect size, 0.5 represent the medium size effect, and 0.8. Okay, sir. Now come to the discussion. Sound is coming, please. Sound is coming, please. Coming to the discussion aspect, one of the principal objectives, we have got 4 objectives was there. One of the principal objectives of the present study to determine the extent to which the body temperature and physical performance are significant on male and female athletes. The results show that there is no significant difference between gender on body temperature. No significant difference only on body temperature, but there is a slight increase in body temperature among the female than the male. Hence the hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in the body temperature on gender is rejected. The reason behind that, about the result, a lot of studies has been conducted. One such factor that comparatively higher temperature is seen in the woman than in comparatively higher temperature among the female athlete, because this is due to the use of oral contraceptive drugs prior to the competition to abolish the circummenstrual cycle of the female athlete when they are attempting for a competition. That is the first discussions from one of the reasons. And related to the temperature will be higher than during the luteinizing phase, and the menstrual cycle due to increased level of a plasma concentration and the progesterone and estrogen. These are the another factor. And considering the women, it has got the less sweating body fat than the male. The thermoregulatory mechanism of the body when in it is found that both endogenous rhythm and environmental temperature can characterize the biological clock in mammal. High body type. Then the last one, the factor also, the thermal environmental is affecting the thermoregulation in the body, and subsequently they affect the circadian mechanism. And when comes to the circadian rhythm type with regard to the performance, circadian rhythm type is not statistically significant with the performance. When comparing the performance with circadian rhythm type, highest mean value is accorded to the definitely evening type, which is followed by definitely morning, moderate evening type, moderate morning type. Hence, the hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in physical performance among the circadian type is rejected. The result also supported by the time of the day, lifestyle, cultural difference, and also influence on the performance. Hence, the performance is influenced by all these above mentioned variables. It alone does not have a significant effect on the circadian rhythm. And another factor is that the another factor is that transmeridian flight across several time zones can result in fatigue, malaise, sleep disturbance, gastrointestinal problem, jet lag, which is adversely affected by the competition performance. Universally, circadian rhythm are used as a good predictor for the better performance. And then the third principal objective of the discussion comes here, find out the significance of body temperature and physical performance in a different athletic event, namely sprint, middle distance, long distance, jump vertical, and throw distance. Results show that even have a significant difference with performance. In case of performance, physical performance between gender. And the hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in the body temperature and gender is rejected, but the physical performance on the gender is accepted. The second hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in body temperature and physical performance among the circadian type. Hypothesis that there would be a significant difference in body temperature among the circadian rhythm accepted, but performance among the circadian is rejected. Whereas in comes the third one, there would be a significant difference in body temperature and physical performance and track and field event. The hypothesis was accepted. And the fourth one was whether there would be a relation is there, and it is said that there would be a relation between circadian rhythm type and the performance. That hypothesis also been accepted. When it comes to the summary, summary or recommendation conclusion. Summary that
Summary, no need
No,
of
sir.
summary.
Okay.
Come on to the conclusions.
findings from
In the chapter, it is conclusions are there.
conclusion is there. Findings.
Then recommendation.
The findings comes first. We'll go for recommendations. Findings will say. The highest value. Then the pairwise comparison also could show that there is a significant difference between the even definitely morning, evening, and intermediate time. And the ANOVA results also show that there is no significant difference between the performance and circadian rhythm type. ANOVA results also show that the body temperature on gender athletic event shows a significant difference in the jump horizontal, and there is a greater value on the greater value than the throw distance, middle distance, and all. Pairwise comparison also that the body temperature gender athletic event, there is a significant difference in sprint and middle distance. And recommendations, coming to the recommendation aspects, and which is an important aspects also. An awareness program need to be conducted among the female athlete community to understand the impact of usage of oral contraceptive drugs prior to the scheduled date of competition to abolish the circummenstrual variation. The daily pattern of body temperature of the athlete have to be assessed by the athletic practitioner, coaches, physical educator, scientists concerned with all the person concerned with this one, physical education, and especially the sports organizer and those who are controlling the sports governing agencies. And women are genetically programmed as circummenstrual cycle that contribute the circadian rhythm, less flexible. Different part played in this variable should be also be understood. and the result out of related correlation between the circadian rhythm type and performance. Further results also show there is no correlation, hence performance of the gender it should be analyzed. ANOVA result also it show that ANOVA performance on gender also show that a significant difference is there. Pairwise comparison also it show that there is a significant difference is there. Then one should know the inter-individual difference in circadian rhythm type should that attribute various factors like a biological and geographical location should be understood by all the practitioners, coaches, persons concerned with doing the physical education means these research aspects also, and improve individual athletic performance. Like you should know what is the chronotype of an athlete, and morning evening typology, that is whether you belong to morning or evening type by using maximal experience. Using this questionnaire should also be understood, and impact of the climatic stress should be considered while designing the training and competition schedule. And there is a universally accepted schedule of the schedule for athletic event, and the world over event should be means that the probable order of event should be plays a very important aspect. Training and competition should be generally at the same time of the day, and those demand higher skill complex, that is higher training competence, higher skill level should be the decision and the instruction should be best to be conducted during the morning time, and those even require substantial physical effort should be conducted in the later in the day. Athletic event should be scheduled according with the maximum illicit performance of the athletes. So some of the recommendations is coming, a lot of recommendations there. It comes to the conclusion. In conclusion, in short, as a sports become very mega industrial as well as the national symbol of the pride. Knowledge about the circadian rhythm will facilitate better recruitment of the athlete for the most suitable event with enhanced the training schedule. As the distribution of physical fitness sports now should reach almost every comparatively aspect. In short, the conclusion say that you should know whether you are planning your schedule, training, planning or competition, or if you are preparing the team, the importance of circadian rhythm. You should know the athlete belonging to, whether he belong or she belongs to morning time, he or she belong to evening type, or he or she belong to the intermediate type. This should be impacted. This knowledge of circadian rhythm should be known before you prepare a team or before you select like a talent identification. This aspect, if you deny this aspect, and it is in short with one word, it will be a square hole in the round peg. With this, I am concluding.
I will directly come on to the academic sessions hereafter. It is open for discussion. Any queries from the audience is welcome. And after that, I will ask a couple of questions which has been put forth by the adjudicator. Any queries on this topic is welcome from the audience.
Coaches. Yes, sir. Yes, please come. Please come up. Which one, sir? That is why we can't reset the circadian rhythm. That is an introduction. In our brain, that is this one, what we call a nerve is called suprasomatic cell. We short scan. This suprasomatic cell have a connection with the RSA, retinohypothalamic tract of the eye. When we see there is like a nerve it is going, this is connected with the environmental factor. Whether when the morning comes, automatically the sunrise comes, it automatically travels to the suprasomatic cell of the nucleus via the neuron, and it will start the clock. That is why I am telling circadian doesn't confuse with circadian rhythm and biological clock. Circadian rhythm initiate the biological clock. That is a biology. All the organs have a set a clock. At what time you have to food, what time you have to go for the water, what time you have to go for a rest. All depend upon the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is set in the high region of the brain. We cannot, it is inborn. It depends upon factors like latitude, longitude, and genetic factors also there. Suppose if we go to GMT, Greenwich Meridian time, London and all, our time system is entirely different. Whereas if we come to the Indian athletes, that is why Indian athletes, we are going for the, suppose for the Tokyo Olympics, they have to go at least 1 or 2 years, they have to go. They have to synchronize. Their circadian rhythm should be synchronized with that climatic conditions. I didn't go to that pattern, but sir told we have got the 4 characteristics of circadian rhythm. One characteristic that it is a continuous process. Whether the athletes, whatever may be, if we are being inside the bunker also, but our rhythm will be moving in the same manner. At what? Okay. Natural rhythm. We cannot be synchronized, but it is synchronized with the suprachiasmatic cell which is been set in the hypothalamus region of the brain. That cannot be synchronized, but we have to adjust it. That is why the persons who are above 60, they always prefer to go for morning work only rather than the evening. They are adjusting. Next question. It can be, it is the 4th characteristic, it can be reset, sir. Say for example, if the Indian team is practicing in the Tokyo Olympics, they are being adjusted with that climate, that climatic condition. Soon after they landed in India, or where, say for example in Thiruvananthapuram, that is why when they are coming, there is a program called jet lag. That is called jet lag, transmeridian jet lag. After 1 or 2 weeks, they can be reset, that can be come to the normal end-train program of the present conditions. That is called, they are called, actually I didn't go for the characteristics, there are 4 characteristics, and the last characteristic is that it can be reset. To find out your... So please. Definitely, sir, because myself is an example. I used to take my supper at around 1:30 and all, late night food. But that has created a lot of problem. Now I have been adjusted to 7 o'clock. I can adjust it. That can be synchronized. That is the one factor of the circadian rhythm. Please. Sir, can you use the mic, sir? Yes. That can be reset, sir. That can be definitely that can enhance the performance. That is why, suppose when the team is going to Tokyo, the climatic condition is entirely, geographical factors and latitude factors are entirely different. That is what we call as acclimatations. The phenomena called acclimatations we are got. That is why at least 1 or 2 years before we have to land there, we have to adjust with the climatic condition, and actually we are tuning to that frequency. When they are back after the competition, they are back to the Indian climate or the weather elsewhere. That can be reset. They can be adjusted. That is why it is called biological clock initiates circadian rhythm. That is a final answer. Circadian, that is like a regulator only, fan.
It is connected with the environment. We cannot adjust over here. The temperature over there, and all, it cannot be adjusted over here. Our daily routine cannot get it. We have to go to that. We are going to Antarctica, we have to go to Antarctica and then get acclimatized.
Any more? That's fine. Because especially it deals with the coaches mainly. Any other? Any other queries?
I'll ask a couple of questions.
to my Dr. Manoj sir itself. That when we have a discussion in 2000, way back in 2003, when he joined in agriculture college in Velayani, and we had a in-between talk, and then actually the biorhythm came. Biorhythm is a betting. We are betting the athletes regarding their physical, psychological, emotional aspect. And when we were in the discussion, Sir was telling, Manoj sir was telling, there's a topic called circadian rhythm, this area. And I studied the literature for another 10 to 15 years from the Kerala University, depth years. And moreover, Sanjeev sir, his librarian also, all over the world, he has given the digital connections, and all over the world, he has given the literature. And when I went to a depth into the concept of circadian rhythm, for 7 years I was behind the literature. And that made me to, that has made me to do this research. Moreover, when myself as an individual, I am an evening type. So all the factors what are learned in the literature also have been reflecting me. Then definitely being as a track and field athlete, I just went to the depth into this concept, and from there only this prompted to go for this study.
Okay, one more question. Let us. What was the logic behind not including other descriptive profiles in the statistical analysis? Descriptive profiles, you have just mentioned mean and...
So the answer to this, sir, actually the study with the MANOVA and the perverse comparison only, this aspect is coming only. Not another any other ratios are not coming in the statistical process, depending upon the titles only, sir. That is why I just we didn't go for the depth in that.
Okay, any other queries?
Madam, any other question?
When I give my final comments, I will talk much on it. Anything else, or shall we conclude? It's almost 12:15. So, first of all, I would like to mention that he has studied in depth, and I will ask some questions which is very personal.
I should say, sir, see, 2003.
No, you just mentioned the years only. No time to describe in length. How many years?
20 years I have
20
spent.
years.
10 years for literature and studying in depth.
Why I want to mention it is, he has done a very good study indeed. The literature and the discussion part and all is very well substantiated with the findings, supported with those studies which were there earlier. That was the reason why I want to ask him how many years he took it. Because so much of related literature were involved and analysis also. Then I asked one question that is with regard to descriptive statistics. Because if we get other statistics such as the mean, median, mode, range, minimum score, maximum score and all, we can understand what is the range of minimum, what is the minimum score of a, what is the maximum score, whether it differs too much. That's why I asked why you have not included it. Actually in SPSS it is very easy, there are around 60, 65. Just to give the tick, everything will come. So these tables that are mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range. These three, mean, whether it is 11 mean or not, we can understand from these three variables. That is mean, range, minimum score and maximum score, we can understand whether that data is good enough to do any research or not. That score ഉണ്ട് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റും ഈ സ്റ്റഡിക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും റിലവൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവുമോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്ന്. കാരണം മിനിമം ഒരെണ്ണത്തിൻ്റെ ഇപ്പോൾ സ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ബ്രോഡ് ജമ്പിൻ്റെ സ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരെണ്ണം പുള്ളപ്സ് ഇസ് 0. മറ്റേത് പറഞ്ഞത് മിനിമം ഇസ് 0, മാക്സിമം ഇസ് 24. സോ ദ റേഞ്ച് ഈസ് കമ്മിങ് 24. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ ആ സ്റ്റഡിക്കൊക്കെ ആ ഒരു വേരിയബിൾ ഒരു റിലവൻസും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. One is 0, one is 24. 24 പോകും. So nobody, so in such circumstances, don't do pull-ups. Till exam hang is done much of the time. Anyway, so his study is Very good. Well appreciated. Done it very expensively. That also I should mention. I will ask another question. എത്ര രൂപ ചെലവായി മൊത്തം? That also. I should ask such questions. Why I am asking is, some statistics are not at all necessary over here. Until unless the F ratio is significant, you need not go for post-hoc analysis and need not mention anything in the graph type, in graph. Only those significant F ratios and those significant mean difference. If mean difference is there, then only you have to show the graphs. He has shown graphs unnecessarily, increase in the number of things. Anyway, leave it, that's all. So I congratulate the scholar. I would like to call Sri Anil Kumar as Dr. Anil Kumar.
Yes, come. Yeah, come.
Only athletics. No. It cannot be generalized for other games, for the time, many games. So likewise you can coordinate. Likewise, sprinting, he has selected sprinters, middle distance runners, long distance runners, throwers, vertical jumps, horizontal jumps. So,
Throw distance.
yeah.
Definitely. Actually, not only in the sports. If we go for the another subject, sadharana subject, if we go for preparing the timetable, if you prepare the timetable, it is saying that this arithmetical and all should be done in the early morning. Okay, that should be very neuromuscular, so will be very active that time. Not only this physical education, it can be done for the this one timetable, because one of the literature is saying that.
That's why everyone is getting up early.
We are lack this. We are not.
Long back, saints used to get up early in the morning and do all these things, because that is the best time. In fact, everything is fresh. Only thing is that we don't get up so early. Anyway, I would like to congratulate Sri Anil Kumar, and I would like to call him Dr. Anil Kumar. And certainly, I'll be, and a recommendation will be given to the University of Kerala for award of Ph.D. in physical education. Okay, and I congratulate the guides. Number of guides are there.
I am coming in the want of thanks. I am coming, sir. The history is starting. Takes only 5.
That is also there. Because lots of guides are there. Anyway, I am giving that opportunity to the scholar to propose vote of thanks to who. Anyway,
it has got sentiments also, madam.
One more thing.
This my
Thank other two adjudicators, that is Dr. Aman Singh Sisodia from first event. Anyway, okay, and now I welcome Dr. Anil Kumar to propose the vote of thanks to the audience over here as well as to others.
താങ്ക്സ് പറഞ്ഞ എൻ്റെ രണ്ട് ബ്രദറിനെയും കാട്ടി എബവ് ഉള്ളൊരു റെസ്പെക്റ്റുള്ള മനോജ് സാറ്, അതേപോലെ റെസിന മാഡം, രണ്ടുപേരും ഇതാക്കി തന്നു, PhD ആക്കി തന്നത് എനിക്ക്. PhD ആക്കിയെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ വർഷങ്ങൾ എൻ്റെ ഇത് യാത്ര തുടങ്ങിയത് 2003 ആണ് തുടങ്ങിയത്. 2003 ഞാൻ 2008 സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോയപ്പം ജയശ്രീ മാഡത്തിന് ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് ലീവ് നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു. മാഡം ഗ്വാളിയറിലേക്ക് പോയി. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ മനോജ് സ്ഥാനത്ത് വന്നു. നമ്മളെല്ലാം ചെയ്ത് ഫൈനൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് ബുക്ക് 2016 സാർ ഇവിടുന്ന് DSW ആയിട്ട് പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് ബുക്ക് സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്തപ്പം അവിടുന്ന് പറയുന്നു, സാറ് അഗ്രികൾച്ചർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ്, അത് ചെയ്യാനൊക്കത്തില്ലെന്ന്. പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ കുറേ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് കൊടുത്ത് എന്നിട്ടും അവർ അക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തില്ല. രണ്ടാമത് പറഞ്ഞു ഇവിടെ നിന്നുള്ളൊരു ഗൈഡ് തന്നെ ചെയ്യണം. അങ്ങനെ അദ്ദേഹം തന്നെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ചെയ്ത് റെസിന മാഡത്തിന് ചെയ്തു. അങ്ങനെ രണ്ടുപേരും കൂടെയാണ് ഈ ബുക്ക് എനിക്ക് ബുക്കാക്കി തന്നത്. ഇതിൻ്റെ പിന്നിൽ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച കുറേ വ്യക്തികളുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് പറയാതിരിക്കാനൊക്കെ. ഈ അതിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രയാസം വരുന്നത് എൻ്റെ പ്രീ സബ്മിഷന് വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് സുരേഷ് കുട്ടി സാറായിരുന്നു. അതിൽ ഇവരെല്ലാവരും മരണപ്പെടുകയും ചെയ്തു. അതാണ് എൻ്റെ ഈ തീസിസിൻ്റെ ഒരു വാല്യുവേഷന് പോയതിലെല്ലാം മരണപ്പെടുകയും ചെയ്തു. അതായത് വല്ലാത്ത ഒരു ഇത് ട്രാജഡിയാണ് ഇത്, ഈ തീസിസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇത് അങ്ങനെ കുട്ടി സാറായിരുന്നു പ്രീ സബ്മിഷൻ വന്നപ്പം സാർ പറഞ്ഞ് ഏകദേശം സാറിന് വയ്യായിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്, അത്രത്തോളം ബഹുമാനത്തോടെ പറയുന്നത്. ഞാൻ കോഴിക്കോടിലെ അല്ല മാഡം, ഞാനിത് അത്രയും കാരണം ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സ് യെസ് അങ്ങനെ കുട്ടി സാറായിരുന്നു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് പ്രീ സബ്മിഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് പിന്നെ എന്നെ ടെക്നിക്കലി ചെയ്തെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഡോക്ടർ അശോക് കുമാർ സാറുണ്ട്. സാർ ഇവിടെ ഡോക്ടർ അശോക് സാറ്, ജലീൽ സാറ്. അശോക് സാറാണ് ഇതിനെ ലാറ്റക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ അജിത് മോഹനും സൂരജും പിന്നീട് എൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്മേറ്റ്സും ഷിബുവും എല്ലാം ജയരാജും എല്ലാ ഓരോ വ്യക്തികളും ഷെജിന്, സുനോജ്, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള എല്ലാവരും. പിന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ എൻ്റെ മാർഗരറ്റ് ലീന, എൻ്റെ ലൈബ്രറിയിൽ ലീന എപ്പോഴും പറയും ഇതെന്ത് 10 വർഷം ഈ ലിറ്ററേച്ചർ തന്നെ വായിച്ച് സാറും മനോജ് സാറും പറയും നിനക്ക് ഇതെന്ത് ചെയ്തുകൂടെ, നിർത്തിക്കൂടെ. ഞാൻ ഇതിൽ ഡെപ്തിൽ അങ്ങ് പൊയ്ക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ. അങ്ങനെ വന്നപ്പോഴാണ് പറഞ്ഞത് ഇതിൻ്റെ ജീൻ കണ്ടെത്തൽ 2017 ഇത് കണ്ടെത്തി. അവിടെ വെച്ചാണ് ലിറ്ററേച്ചറും ഫൈനലി ക്ലോസ് ആവുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഓരോ വ്യക്തിക്കും ഞാൻ എന്നെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തതിലുള്ള എല്ലാ വ്യക്തികൾക്കും ഞാൻ വളരെ നന്ദി പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ വന്നവർക്കും എല്ലാം നന്ദി. എൻ്റെ പ്രിയ അധ്യാപകരും മനോജ് സാറും, 2 മനോജ് സാറും, റസീന മേഡവും, ഡയറക്ടറും, ജയരാജും, കുഞ്ഞിക്കണ്ണനും ഓരോ വ്യക്തികൾക്കും ഞാൻ പേഴ്സണലി ഞാൻ നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ നിർത്തുന്നു. നമസ്കാരം.
So, warm welcome to you. I also like a warm welcome to you. I welcome the HOD, Head of the Department, Dr. Razia, Dr. Jaira David, and all the esteemed guides, supervising teachers, scholars, and also the invited guests. A warm welcome to you. Has done a bachelor and master's from LNCP, and a person who specialized in the field of exercise physiology, and a great passion with elderly and aging. So her master's was in the geriatric field, and I think a very interesting topic is in terms of the those with the aged. What are the what are the fitness status? Since this is it is a very crucial and important. May I request each one to kindly please remain silent. Hello. So please, we need silence, please. So she has put in a lot of effort. Actually, this study originally started with an expert from Canada who wanted to take up a study in India. Then I felt Sharin was the right person to take up this work. We do not have any statistics with what is the fitness status of the aged, and especially of those living at the home for the aged in Kerala. And if you look at the longevity, I think the people, and we are trying to be more westernized. So she has done an in-depth study, and asked Sharin to please go ahead with the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. The most respected chair, Dr. Manoj sir, Usha ma'am, my guide and dean, Razia ma'am, HOD, my dearmost faculty members, parents, and my dear friends. Let me start my presentation with your permission. The title of my topic is Assessment of Functional Capacity of Seniors in Home for Aged in Kerala. About the introduction, as we all know, aging is not a disease. When we are sitting here, we all are aging. Now also we are in the path of aging. And the census data shows that elderly people are more in number. So, and there are so many problems are arising as part of that. And why I selected this was because there are when I start doing research, while searching review of literature, so many studies were conducted for the youngsters, but there was very less study in aged people. So I choose this area. And the Orphanage Control Board under the Social Justice Department has been receiving 5 to 6 applications in each month from the 2016 to 17, seeking permission to begin new old age homes. Next, I will go to the statement of the problem. The purpose of my study was to assess the functional capacity of seniors in home for aged in Kerala. The other purpose were there would be difference in the components of the functional capacity in seniors age-wise, to determine whether there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors between male and female, and to determine whether there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors in relation to BMI, and also to determine whether there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors region-wise in the state of Kerala. The delimitations of the study are: the study was delimited to elderly men and women from the home for aged in Kerala. The study was also delimited to older people above the age of 60. The study was delimited to 6 districts across the state of Kerala. The study was further delimited to the assessment of selected functional components, namely strength, balance, endurance, and flexibility. The study was delimited to the socio-demographic factors following self-report method. Participants who have severe health problems were excluded from the study. Next is the limitations of the study. Cultural constraints and environment prevailing in the home for aged were considered as the limitation of the study. Certain factors like family problems, socio-economic background, level of understanding, health condition, and the cooperation given by the subject were considered as the limitations of the study. Hypothesis. First one, it was hypothesis that there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors age-wise. Hypothesis 2, there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors between male and females. And third one was, there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors in relation to BMI. And the fourth one was, there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors region-wise in the state of Kerala. The significance of the study would help to know the present functional fitness status of the elderly staying in the old age home, to identify the strength and weakness in the fitness components of the elderly. The result of the study would be an eye-opener to the makers, social welfare department, and for the long-term caretakers. The study would provide relevant information for the authorities to make necessary changes for the health promotion of the elderly staying in the old age home. The study would help to implement better future plans for the fitness promotion of the elderly staying in the old age home. The study would improve the quality of life in aging. The study would enhance the knowledge of the researcher. Next is the methodology. The selection of subject. The selected old age homes comes under the Social Justice Department and were recognized by the Orphanage Control Board. 6 districts were selected on the basis of highest and lowest proportion of the elderly population in each of the socio-cultural regions. The present study was conducted among 1,000 men and women above the age of 60 from 6 districts by selecting 2 districts from each of the 3 socio-cultural regions in Kerala. The entire state of Kerala was thus divided into North, Central, South zone, among which 2 districts were selected from each zone for viable and approximately accurate result. The survey was carried out in 489 males and 511 females. From the North region, districts were selected for the study are Kannur and Malappuram. From Central region, districts selected for the study was Palakkad and Ernakulam. And from the South region, districts selected for the study was Trivandrum and Pathanamthitta. The variables selected for the study, for the functional capacity variables selected for the studies are strength, that is the lower body strength, lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility, agility and balance, aerobic endurance. And the socio-demographic variables selected for the study are age, gender, region, marital status, educational status and occupation, and BMI also calculated. Selection of test items. For the variable strength, test conducted was 30-second chair stand, and that was measured in number. And as per the senior fitness test, less than 8 unassisted stands for men and women comes under the risk zone. And for aerobic endurance, 6 minutes walk test, that is measured in meters, and less than 320.0 meter, that is for men and women, were considered as risk zone as per the senior fitness test battery. And for the upper body flexibility, back scratch, that is measured in centimeter, that is minus 10.16 centimeters, and minus 5 for men and minus 5.8 for women are considered as risk. If they come under this, they are considered as risk zone as per this test. And lower body flexibility, chair, sit and reach test was conducted, and that too was measured in centimeter. Same, the minus 10.16 centimeter for men and minus 5.8 centimeter for women. And for agility or dynamic balance, 8 foot up and go test was conducted, and that too measured in seconds. And if they take more than 9 seconds, they were also considered as at risk zone. For socio-demographic factors, self-report method was conducted, and for BMI, height in meter square and weight in kilogram was taken. The collection of data, all the data were collected by administrating the appropriate test and measurement procedure. And the statistical techniques used for the study are descriptive statistics, that is mean standard deviation percentile has been computed for each of the components of the functional capacity of seniors in home for aged in Kerala, and independent sample t-tests carried out for comparing the respondents' age and gender-wise and BMI-wise in the selected functional capacity component. 0.36 and the standard deviation was 3.41, and this is the percentile score. And when comes in the lower body, the same 1000 deviation, and these are the percentile scores. And next is the comparison of components of functional capacity based on age, and all the variables shows highly significant difference. This is the diagrammatic, so 1000 participants were there, and 16.78 was the mean, and 9.63 second was the standard deviation, and the endurance also 1000 in number, and that is their flexibility was too low. So more than 70 age group perform not perform much better than the more less than 70 age group perform better than more than 70 age group. This is the diagrammatic representation of the upper body flexibility, and this is the agility and dynamic balance. And next is the diagrammatic representation for comparing functional capacity based on age, that is the endurance. In this case also, but less than 70 age group perform better than the more than 70 age group. This is the comparison of components based on the gender, and here also in the lower body strength and agility there was no significant difference was. This is the diagrammatic representation. These are the diagrammatic representation of the comparison of gender. Next is the comparison of functional capacity based on BMI. Here also BMI was subdivided into underweight, normal and overweight category. Here also all the variables shows highly significant difference. Here only this is the diagrammatic representation of BMI. Here there was an interesting that all the variables in the overweight category perform much better than the normal and underweight group. All the variables except aerobic endurance, all other variables were performed better by overweight group. Here, this is the comparison of components of functional capacity based on region, that is ANOVA. In here also all the variables shows there is no significant difference except endurance. And this is the diagrammatic representation. Next is the discussion of findings of the socio-demographic factors. Majority of the respondents belongs to more than 70 years age group, and majority of the respondents belongs to female class. Majority of the respondents belongs to married category. Majority of the respondents belongs to educated category. Majority of the respondents belongs to unemployed category, and majority of the respondents belongs to normal BMI category. Discussion of findings on the basis of lower body strength. The analysis of the data shows that the mean score of lower body strength was 5.36, that is number, with standard deviation 3.41, and more than 50% of the respondents scored 6 or above in lower body strength. Only 30% of the respondents score above 7 unassisted stance. Hence, the findings of the study indicate that the remaining 70% of the respondents were under the risk zone. As per the senior fitness test, the respondents who scored less than 8 unassisted stands for men and women are come under the risk category, which means ADL, that is the activities of daily living, and the instrumental activities of daily living become more struggling, because lower body strength was required for numerous tasks such as climbing stairs, walking and getting out of a chair, tub or car, etc. Lower body strength also helps to reduce the chance of falling. Next, lower body flexibility. In the case of lower body flexibility, the analysis shows that the mean score of lower body flexibility was minus 14.12 centimeter with standard deviation minus 11.07 centimeter, and more than 50% of the respondents scored minus 12 centimeter or above in lower body flexibility. As per the senior fitness test, minus 10.16 centimeter or above scored respondents are come under the risk stage. Thus, it can be stated that the majority of the respondents were at risk in the case of lower body flexibility. In terms of upper body flexibility, the mean score was minus 13.84 centimeter with standard deviation minus 11.61 centimeter, and more than 50% of the respondents scored minus 12 or above in upper body flexibility. As per the senior fitness test, the respondents who scored above minus 10.16 centimeter category were at risk zone. Hence, it was very clear that the majority of the respondents were at risk zone. And in the case of agility or dynamic balance, the mean score was 16.78 seconds with standard deviation 9.64 seconds, and more than 50% of the respondents scored 50 seconds or above in agility or dynamic balance. As per the senior fitness test, if a respondent score is more than 9 seconds means he or she at risk in terms of agility and dynamic balance. Hence, it was clear that the majority of the respondents were poor in terms of agility or dynamic balance, since agility and balance play an important role in the functional task of the elderly that requires quick maneuvering, such as getting off a bus in time or getting up to attend to something in kitchen, to go to the bathroom or to answer the phone, etc. Aerobic endurance mean score was 190.71 meters with standard deviation 123.39 meters, and more than 50% of the respondents scored 195 meter or above in aerobic endurance. The analysis showed 85% of the respondents scored was below 300 meter. Only 50% of the respondents had come under normal category. As per the senior fitness test, respondents who scored come around 320 or above considered as safe in terms of aerobic endurance. Hence, the aerobic endurance of the respondent of the age, whereas male respondents were dominating in lower body flexibility and upper body flexibility, but in the case of endurance, female respondents are performed better. Next is the discussion of findings based on region. The study indicates that the region-wise difference did not make any remarkable change in the lower body strength, lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility, agility or dynamic balance of the elderly staying in the old age home, whereas region was an influencing factor for endurance of the older adults. Next is the discussion of finding based on BMI. The findings of the study proved that in seniors between males and female, the result of the study revealed significant difference between male and females in 3 of the components of functional capacity, such as lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility and endurance, while no difference were found to be seen in lower body strength and agility or balance. The null hypothesis was partially rejected and the research hypothesis was thus partially accepted. Third hypothesis, it was hypothesis that there would be difference in the components of functional capacity in seniors in relation to BMI. The result of the study revealed significant difference in all the components of functional capacity, such as lower body strength, lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility, agility or dynamic balance and endurance in seniors in relation to BMI. The null hypothesis was rejected and the research hypothesis was thus accepted. The fourth hypothesis, it was hypothesis that there would be variation in the components of functional capacity of seniors with region-wise. The result of the comparison of the components of functional capacity based on region shows significant difference only in endurance, whereas other functional capacity variables like lower body strength, lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility and agility or dynamic balance were not showing any significant difference. Based on the above stated findings, the research hypothesis was rejected. Conclusion, it was observed that 53.8% of the seniors were above 70 years of age. Female representation, majority of the seniors, at 71.3% were married. With regards to schooling, percentage of seniors had attended high school. Majority of the seniors, that is 71, lower body flexibility and upper body flexibility as compared to females. Overweight group reported significantly higher level of lower body strength, aerobic endurance, upper body flexibility and agility or dynamic balance as compared to normal and underweight group. Underweight group reported significantly higher level of lower body flexibility as compared to normal or overweight group. There was no difference in region-wise in functional capacity variables such as lower body strength, lower body flexibility, upper body flexibility, and agility or dynamic balance. Recommendations and awareness need to be created among this society, especially the caretakers and other staff of the old age home, regarding the importance of physical activity for the elderly. An expert fitness instructor need to be appointed in all old age homes. Like periodic medical checkup, fitness assessment can also be implemented to reduce functional disability at a certain level. At the community level, facility needs to be provided for the physical activity for the elderly. Similar studies may be undertaken by including other states. Physical activity facility should be ensured before giving affiliation to old age homes. Recreation rooms or health clubs should be provided in all old age homes. Various types of modified exercise like yoga class, laughing class, aerobic class, etc. should be arranged often. More health and fitness programs to be created to minimize dependency and to improve quality of life. Thank you.
Any queries from the audience or any clarifications needed from the scholar? If nobody is interested to ask any questions, some questions which I myself have asked, would like to ask. Actually, when I send the adjudication report, I don't know whether I will be called for the Viva as the chairman. So, it is like this. What were the criteria of selecting various functional capacity variables for this study? What was the criteria?
Sir, I had taken senior fitness test battery is used for assessing functional capacity because this is one of the most widely accepted tests for the elderly, and there were only very few tests were conducted in our state, and while going through the literature, it is found that with this test battery, functional capacity are assessed. That's why I taken for my study.
Then one more question is, what was the logic behind formulating a general hypothesis than specific hypothesis for various selected variables?
Sir, this is an explorative study. I just want to know what is the status of the elderly population. I didn't go for any particular thing. I just want to know what is the present status, whether they are functionally fit, whether that...
Research hypothesis is not like actually null hypothesis was to be formulated in the, but in your presentation you have done it null hypothesis, but in the thesis it was research hypothesis. In some studies it is found like that, but usually when it is a research hypothesis you are biased to a certain extent. You are telling that there is significant difference. Okay, you are biased, but when it is null hypothesis, you are telling that there is no significant difference between men and female, or long jumpers of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Otherwise, you are biased. You are telling that there is difference. Okay, so always use a null hypothesis. And anyone would like to ask? Okay, Dr. Jibin.
No. No.
No comparison has been done, I think.
There is no comparison. As we all know that BMI is actually not accurate for the elderly people, because due to, in my study it is already mentioned in my percentage that more number is in normal category. Here, when they bend, no. No. No, I didn't compare with any. This this overweight category perform much better. That may be due to the variation in the height, because they cannot stand straight. They may bend. That may be a reason for this BMI category comes up. Okay. ഇത് നല്ല എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആയിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ നല്ല എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആയിരുന്നു. കാരണം അവർക്ക് അവിടെ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ഈ ഒരു സ്റ്റഡിയിൽ എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത്, അവർക്ക് കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് എല്ലാ സാധനങ്ങളും നമ്മളൊക്കെ വീട്ടിൽ കഴിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാളും ഒരു പക്ഷേ ബെറ്ററായിട്ട് അവർക്ക് നല്ല ഫുഡ്, കറക്റ്റ് ടൈമിൽ മെഡിസിന്, കറക്റ്റ് സ്റ്റാഫ്, ഓരോരുത്തരെ നോക്കാൻ, കറക്റ്റ് മെഡിക്കൽ ചെക്കപ്പ് എല്ലാം ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ അവർ ഈ ഓൾഡ് ഏജ് ഹോം സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ വളരെ കൺജസ്റ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റൂംസാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അവർക്ക് എല്ലാം ബെഡിൽ കൊണ്ട് കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് ഒന്ന് ജസ്റ്റ് അവർക്ക് നടക്കണമെന്നൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷേ അവർ അതോറിറ്റീസ് അലോ ചെയ്യത്തില്ല. അപ്പം വീഴും എന്നുള്ള ഭയം കൊണ്ട് അവർ അലോ ചെയ്യത്തില്ല. അതിന് അവരുടെ ഫങ്ഷണൽ കപ്പാസിറ്റി, മസിൽസൊക്കെ വീക്കായിട്ട് ഒന്നും കൂടെ ബെഡ് റിഡൻ ആവുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ഈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്, ഈ അഫിലിയേഷൻ കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ, ഓൾഡ് ഏജ് ഹോംസിന് അഫിലിയേഷൻ കൊടുക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ഇങ്ങനെ അവർക്ക് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിനൊന്നും എല്ലാം കുടിസ് മുറികളിലാണ് ഈ ഓൾഡ് ഏജ് ഹോംസ് തട്ടിക്കൂട്ടിയേക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് അങ്ങനെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചിട്ട് ആവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അവരുടെ, കാരണം നമ്മൾക്കെല്ലാം ജീവിക്കുന്നത് ആരെയും ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യാതെ മരിക്കും വരെ നമ്മൾ സെൽഫായിട്ട് ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ജീവിക്കണമെന്നാണ് ആഗ്രഹം. പക്ഷേ ഇവരുടെ കേസിൽ കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി ഡിപ്പെൻഡൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഈവൻ 60 വയസ്സുള്ളവരും 90 വയസ്സുള്ളവരെ പോലെ ആയി. കാരണം എല്ലാം ഫീഡിങ്. അപ്പം ഞാനൊക്കെ പോയി ഇവരെ വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ചിലർക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ആണ്. കാരണം അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 90 വയസ്സുള്ളവരെയൊക്കെ 3ാമത്തെ നിലയിലൊക്കെയാണ് കയറ്റി കിടത്തിയേക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അവരെ അവിടുന്ന് നമ്മൾ താഴെ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് വേണം ഈ BMIയിലൊക്കെ കയറ്റി നിർത്തിയിട്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത് തന്നെ ഭയങ്കര അതാണ് എൻ്റെ സ്റ്റഡിയുടെ ഒരു ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്. ഇത്രയും റിസൾട്ട് എടുക്കാനും ഞാൻ കുറേ വർഷങ്ങൾ എടുക്കാനും കാരണം നമുക്ക് ഓരോ ഡേറ്റ കിട്ടാനും കുറേ ടൈമും എടുത്തു. അപ്പം ഇതൊക്കെയായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ അവർ ഭയങ്കര കോപ്പറേറ്റീവാണ്. അവർക്ക് പിന്നെയും ചെയ്യണം. ഈ നടത്തിയൊക്കെ മത്സരം സ്കൂളിലെങ്കിലും ലെവൽ, സ്കൂളിംഗ് ജസ്റ്റ് ഓൺലി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്, ലിറ്ററസി, വെദർ ദേ ആർ read or write.
Then that word should have been different. It is
schooling,
not
just schooling I mentioned.
Literate, they were literate. I have not formally announced that I am going to recommend it. Anyway, I congratulate Ms. Shereen for this presentation and doing a study on this aspect, which we will be facing in the years to come, very soon. Thing is that I have visited some old age homes. I have visited private as well as the government run homes. It's very pathetic. Only thing is that they don't have enough space to do that. They are living congested. They can't move. Very small rooms. And hence, mobility is very important, especially at the elder age. And the madam will be talking on this aspect, because all are becoming elder and becoming a geriatric population. After this, madam will be talking. Not much. How many minutes you will take? No, how many minutes? 3 to 5 minutes on elders and aging. Okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate Ms. Shereen for defending all the questions to the satisfaction of all the scholars who are here, the learned academicians and the panel, which is there for testing the open defense. And it is a panel of 4 experts. I congratulate Srimati Sridhar. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And another thing which I would like to conclude with regard to both the scholars is that no scholar will come forward for a live YouTube telecast. Live YouTube telecast. No scholar. I would like to say so. Just YouTube and all. If it is lively telecasted, it will be there in the YouTube. Anytime anybody can see it. Anybody can see it at any time. Not only from India, from all around the world. Very few. I have not come across any scholars who are there who has done YouTube live streaming, especially the Ph.D. Open Defense. I congratulate both the scholars for their confidence in their studies. Otherwise, they would not have gone. Another thing is that they have spent so much money with regard to live streaming. Actually, when I heard about it, I thought it is just very simple because I have done live streaming. It just costs 800 rupees. From your mobile only you have to record. But this is highly sophisticated camera with high resolution. So it is from very close up view, it is being done. Right? Camera is video camera. It just costs 800 rupees. That too, not from Kannur. I do it from Changanasheri. One person from Changanasheri, he will do everything. Only thing is that we have to set one camera at the place. Even webinar also, we can do it. I have done webinar also. It just costs 800 rupees. We have to give 800 rupees and he will do everything. I thought it like that, but this is very different. Make it more magnificent, make it more serious so that everyone can see as if it is being done from a studio. Okay, I congratulate and for making this Ph.D. Open Defense a very expensive one. Okay, once again, congratulate. So that let it be a beginning. Let all the scholars be confident enough to do live streaming YouTube. When they defend their thesis and when they go for Viva Voce of their Ph.D. study. Anyway. Congratulations. I once again thank both the research guides, Dr. Zina and Usha Madam, for including me in their panel, which made me fortunate enough to come over here as the chairman. I thank Kerala University also, everyone. And I thank all the scholars, all the learned academicians, all the teachers from various colleges who has come here for this open defense. I once again thank everyone. I now welcome Usha Madam to give a small discourse on aging.
Thank you, Dr. Manoj. Thank you so much for sparing this time. May I request just 2 minutes of each one? 2 minutes on the Samsarikala, please. Hello. So now the thing is aging and the example for aging, geriatric, because I'm retiring on 30th June, 62. You people are all my children, as I said, grandchildren. So I feel aging is there, I understand. Hair's all grown gray, I've colored it. My hair is colored. So I'm just saying is, aging starts with leg. I am right now at Manipur. I find people are crazy you'll find people walking, irrespective of children, kids, everybody. I think it's such a beautiful place and nobody is bothered about anybody. You find the morning 4 o'clock onwards, you'll find people on the place. Children, they'll come with small children at 4. women with the typical traditional dresses, so they'll come, whatever way it is. So I find it's really healthy, and everything is a psyche here. We know physiological aging takes place, but we in our profession are very lucky. As long as we are in our profession, I think it adds to our age. And I say aging starts with legs, so let us use more of our legs. And my professor now, Chella, I think most of you know Chella, sir. He is now 93 or 94. Sir only has got problem with hearing. So he's a best example for me, who still does workout. He's got machines in his room. And now everywhere it is 100 plus. Germany, Canada, 100 plus lana aging, they come for exercise program. So I think we can start for it. And we are the ones who should promote more of this activity. And I find all of you so actively getting into sports. You called us veteran sports. But I find you all have done excellent. So I think you all, this makes us, we know we are growing with age. Don't with chronological age, with functional age, let's come up. And I find this each one are very fit, and we are the models for the others. So I think we as the physical educationists should keep it up, spread this message. And even though, however age we go, also our mental faculty to be really tried upon. So I think it really helps a lot. And for me, it was always aerobics. I love aerobics. And now also you put music anywhere, I start dancing. People may make fun. I don't care for anybody. I'm like this is because I don't bother for people. The very minute they say, why you dress like this, why you do this? I think, so at times we as women have lots of problems here. But I think, please, each one of you, I'm sure you're going to make it, because if I exercise because in the family history under hypertension, heart problems are there. So how long can I? So exercise that's how I happen to do. So please take exercise as a medicine. And I need to thank, because this idea originated from a Canadian professor who wanted to take up this study here, but Kerala University did not permit a co-guide. That's how this particular study came up. So I'm happy Sharon took it up, and the results can definitely be published. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We will have it on by end of May. Then I called the madam again by end of May and asked, this day should I go? Then Dr. Anil's nomination came to me. At that time, I told madam, we will hold it together. Then it was proposed to be done together. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. അടുത്ത എനിക്ക് നന്ദി പറയാനുള്ളത് എൻ്റെ ഗൈഡ് ഡോക്ടർ ഉഷ മാഡത്തിനോടാണ്. മാഡം ഇല്ലായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് ഒരിക്കലും ഈ ഒരു രീതിയിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ലായിരുന്നു. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ മാഡത്തിനെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ മാഡം എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞത്, മാഡത്തിൻ്റെ അണ്ടറിൽ കുറേ പേരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പം മാഡം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ഇപ്പോൾ പറ്റത്തില്ല, കാരണം ഇത്ര നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സ്റ്റുഡൻസേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അപ്പം ഞാൻ 2 വർഷം മാഡത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് മാഡത്തിൻ്റെ അവൈലബിലിറ്റി നോക്കി 2 വർഷം വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് മാഡത്തിൻ്റെ അണ്ടറിൽ ചെയ്തത്. അപ്പം അന്ന് അതുപോലെ തന്നെ PGക്ക് തീസിസ് ചെയ്തപ്പോഴും മാഡത്തിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ആയിരുന്നു. അന്നും ഏജിങ് ടോപ്പിക്ക് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. അന്ന് എടുത്തത് എഫക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് സെലക്റ്റഡ് ആസനാസ് ഓൺ ദി ഫങ്ഷണൽ കപ്പാസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഫോർ ദി എൽഡർലി ഇൻ ഹോം ഫോർ ഏജ്ഡ് ആയിരുന്നു അന്നും ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് മുതലേ ഈ ഏജിങ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ടച്ച് ഉണ്ട്, അതായിരുന്നു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്. അപ്പം മാഡം ഇല്ലായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ, പക്ഷേ ഫ്രം ദ വെരി ബിഗിനിങ് ടിൽ ടുഡേ മാഡത്തിൻ്റെ ഹോൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് എനിക്കുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രമാണ് എനിക്ക് ഈ ഒരു രീതിയിൽ ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റിയത്. മാഡത്തിന് പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. നോ മാം, പിന്നെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എനിക്ക് നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്താനിരിക്കുന്ന ഇവിടെ അനിൽ ചേട്ടനോടാണ്. ചേട്ടനുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് എനിക്ക് കാരണം അതും ദൈവം പോലെയാണ്. കാരണം എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിലും ഒരു അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ് കിട്ടി, എല്ലാം എങ്ങനെയാണ് എല്ലാം ചേട്ടൻ്റെ ഒരു ഭയങ്കര സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ചേട്ടനും പ്രത്യേകം ഞാൻ ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ജയരാജ് ഡേവിഡ് സാറാണെങ്കിൽ സാറും ആണ് പ്രീ സബ്മിഷൻ എന്നെ എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിലും സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്. സാറ് വിളിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. സാറ് ഇവിടെ എത്തിയതിന് സാറിന് പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി ഞാൻ ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സിൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ് മനോജ് TI സാറ് ഇവിടെ വന്നു. നമ്മൾക്ക് എനിക്ക് സാറിൻ്റെ പ്രസൻസിൽ ഇത് അവതരിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റിയത് തന്നെ എനിക്ക് വലിയ കാര്യമാണ്. സാറിന് പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 2 സിൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ്, അത് ഈ ഒരു അഭിമാനമാണ് സാർ. 2 പേരും ഇവിടെ എത്തി. 2 പേരെയും വിളിച്ചപ്പോൾ വളരെ പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ടുള്ള ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡായിരുന്നു. അതുപോലെ 2 സാറുമാരും എനിക്ക് ഇതിന് വേണ്ടി ഫീസ് നീക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് എല്ലാ സഹായങ്ങളും എനിക്ക് ചെയ്തു തന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച് സാർ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ ആരോട് എങ്ങനെ പറയണമെന്ന് അറിയത്തില്ല. കാരണം ഓരോരുത്തരെയും വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും എനിക്ക് വളരെ സ്പെഷ്യലാണ്. എല്ലാവരും നമ്മുടെ ഹൃദയത്തോട് ചേർത്ത് വെക്കുന്നവർ തന്നെയാണ്. ആരെയും എടുത്തു പറയാൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇതല്ല. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ജിൽസ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ജിൽസിനെ ഞാൻ അതായത് പരിചയപ്പെടുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് തന്നെ എനിക്ക് ജിൽസുമായിട്ട് ഒരു PhD ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ബന്ധമുണ്ട്. മാഡം അന്ന് സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ്ങിൽ ഒരു ബുക്ക് എന്നോട് വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. അന്ന് ജിൽസ് MB ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഞാൻ ജിൽസിനെ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പം ഞാൻ എങ്ങനെയോ മാഡം പറഞ്ഞു ജിൽസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പയ്യനുണ്ട്, കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മതി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അങ്ങനെ ജിൽസാണ് എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ, ഹസ്ബൻഡിൻ്റെ അച്ഛനാണ് ജിൽസുമായിട്ട് ആദ്യം കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അച്ഛൻ തിരുവനന്തപുരത്ത് പോയി ആ ബുക്ക് ഫോട്ടോസ്റ്റാറ്റ് മാഡം വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ഞാൻ ഫോട്ടോസ്റ്റാറ്റ് എടുത്തു എല്ലാം കൊണ്ടുവന്നത് എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ. അന്ന് ജിൽസാണ് സഹായിച്ചത്. അന്ന് മുതൽ ജിൽസ് എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിലും, അതുപോലെ ഡേറ്റ എടുക്കാൻ എനിക്ക് ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് പോകാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ജിൽസും എൻ്റെ ഫാമിലി മെമ്പേഴ്സും സിസ്റ്ററും എല്ലാം ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പാണ് പോകുന്നത്. കാരണം ഇവരെ എടുത്ത് പിടിച്ചോണ്ട് വരാനും എല്ലാം എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഒപ്പം ജിൽസ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ജിൽസിന് ഞാൻ പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എല്ലാവരും ആരെയും എടുത്ത് പറയാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. കാരണം ദിവ്യ സാറ്, മാർഗരറ്റ് ചേച്ചി, എല്ലാവരും എല്ലാവരും അവനവൻ്റെ ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് എല്ലാ സപ്പോർട്ടും എനിക്ക് ചെയ്തു തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അഗസ്റ്റിൻ സാറ്, എല്ലാവരും ഉണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരും വന്നു, നന്ദി. രാജീവ് ചേട്ടൻ, അതുപോലെ രാജീവ് ചേട്ടന് ഒരുപാട് ഹെൽപ്പ് എന്നെ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. എപ്പോഴും ഡൗട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ രാജീവ് ചേട്ടനെയാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാ രീതിയിലും എനിക്ക് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തു. ദീപക്, എനിക്ക് ആരെയും പറയണം, എല്ലാവരും ഉണ്ട്. ബിജു സുമാർ, അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരോടും നന്ദി. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്. അതുപോലെ അയ്യോ, അത് പിന്നെ എൻ്റെ ക്ലോസ് ആണ്. ഇത് എല്ലാം എൻ്റെ ഹസ്ബൻഡ് ടീച്ചറിന് അറിയാം, എപ്പോഴും എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ട്. എവിടെ PhD എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴേ പിറക്കി കെട്ടി എൻ്റെ കൂടി വരും. കാരണം അത് അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഹസ്ബൻഡ്. ഭയങ്കര ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. എല്ലാ സപ്പോർട്ട് ആദ്യം മുതൽ ബാക്ക് ബോൺ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ് പില്ലർ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുമ്പോൾ ശരിക്കും അത് തന്നെയാണ്. എൻ്റെ ഹസ്ബൻഡ് തന്നെയാണ് എൻ്റെ പില്ലർ. അതുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രമാണ് ഇത് നടന്നത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എനിക്ക് ഇന്നത്തെ ദിവസം ഏറ്റവും സന്തോഷകരമായിട്ടൊരു ദിവസമാണ്. കാരണം ടുഡേ ഐ മേക്ക് മൈ പേരൻസ് ഹാപ്പി. ദിസ് വാസ് എ ഡ്രീം ഫോർ മൈ ഫാദർ. ആൻഡ് ഇതാണ് എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ P. കാർത്തികേയൻ, ONGC ഡ്രില്ലറായിരുന്നു. അപ്പം എൻ്റെ അമ്മയുണ്ട് മണി കാർത്തികേയൻ. എൻ്റെ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ഞാനിത് ഡെഡിക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. എൻ്റെ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ഇത് കാണാൻ പറ്റി ഏറ്റവും ദൈവത്തോട് നന്ദി പറയുകയാണ്. അമ്മച്ചിക്ക് സുഖമില്ലാതിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പം എല്ലാവരും താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്.
എല്ലാവരും ഫുഡ് കഴിക്കുക. ഫുഡ് കഴിച്ചിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പിരിയാം.